Following is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee.
Thank you. Intern, I thought you took care of that music with us. All right, welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. It's a beautiful Thursday, December 16th, 2021. We're just now 9 days away from Christmas, and I have done zero shopping, but that is what Walgreens is for on Christmas Eve. So welcome in. It's good to be back in studio. Really thanks to Zach Allen, Jenna Allen, the fine folks over at Buddy Allen for having us out yesterday for our first ever official remote on Mornings on Main Street to help raise funds and donations for Dreams and Wishes of Tennessee. And it was an outstanding day. I was told, thanks to you guys for all hopping on board and supporting a great local charity that just does some amazing work. So we're so proud you could be with us today. Let's bring in the intern as we do every time this morning. Intern, it's good to see you. I'm not sure where you are, but good morning.
Hey, good morning, man. Yeah, it is good to see you. I'm currently at Urban Meyer's going away party in Jacksonville.
So, wake you up to the news. You told me this morning that Urban Meyer, the Jacksonville coach, got fired. What an absolute disaster of a hire and of a coaching job.
Right. I'm a little biased just because I'm a Titans fan, and I love to see it. I actually would have liked for him to stay on a little bit longer just to see what kind of shenanigans he was going to get into.
How is Jacksonville always awful? I know they went to the AFC Championship game in 2017. I get that, but nobody wants to play there. Nobody wants to stay there.
Right.
Awful.
Yeah, I don't know. They got to get together, though. They got a nice young quarterback they don't want to ruin.
He looks terrible.
I know. He's not good.
I mean, really bad. So Urban Meyer, you know what Urban Meyer made this year as coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars?
For money? No, I did not. How much?
$10 million.
Man, that poor owner. There's a clip of on.
No, he's not. No. That's,
yeah, you're right.
Poor owner.
Just do a little bit more due diligence there.
Yeah. I mean, they're terrible. I mean, that's a terrible organization from top to bottom. So I never want to hear Titans fans complain because You're not Jacksonville.
Next, we just need the Colts to do that.
Yeah, it's funny. Titans fans are guaranteed, or should be guaranteed 4 wins every year. They lost to the Texans earlier, which was awful. But Jacksonville's awful. The Texans are awful. What is an awful division? But hey, we spread positivity here on the show. That's what we're about.
Exactly.
Did you talk to the band about the bump music? Because that was a problem the other day.
I did, yes. Guys, we got to get it together.
All right, well. You have during the break to tell them that I'm done with that music. All right?
I'll
let you be the conduit to them, and then we'll go from there.
My people call their people. We'll get it together.
Well, they should do something because I like the band. They do a great job, but we need to figure other things out. All right, so let's get your latest headlines this morning from Main Street Nashville, the E edition. And look, I pulled it up correctly. Good job, Joe. Goes right to your inbox every morning. You click the latest news. I love it. Even though I work for the company, I am a subscriber because I just like to support the company, and it's still cool to do. Thursday, December 16th, 2021. Yesterday was National Signing Day, and that's a picture of Alex Broom, the star running back over at Levi Lipscomb, with his head coach, Trent Dilfer, and his father, Arcente Broom, who's the head coach at Overton High School. And Alex Broom signed with Boston College yesterday, which is fantastic. Great running back, great father, and Arcente Broom. I love that man. He does so much for Middle Tennessee and for Metro as a head football coach. So congrats to the family on that. Big day, big day. All right, a few weeks ago, I don't want to see Trent Dilfer's big head right there. I wrote about in the Main Street papers about if you're moving to Nashville and you're an organization, you're a company, you're moving here, to get involved in the community. And I woke up this morning, this nice story by Vivian Jones. Bristol Motor Speedway announces community partnerships. Getting involved in the community. That is so vital, so valuable, and so wonderful. I love that. I spoke when I read the article about my previous life, did zero in the community. They would go out and plant a tree once a year, and they thought that was the greatest thing ever. You know, it's nice, but it should be a continuous thing. So it's good to see here what the Bristol Motor Speedway has committed to partner with six community organizations in Nashville for volunteer and fundraising efforts related to a proposal to renovate the National Fairgrounds Speedway. So good for them getting involved in the community. I absolutely love it when they do that. Let's scroll on down a little bit with some more things happening in the paper today. And I did not know this. I mean, I knew the tornado in Hendersonville, but $6 million in damage. And real quickly, Tina Lee with a nice story here just talks about the tornado and the path of damage it has had. And it talks about the Kentucky, where the death toll stands at 74 for the same storm system. No major injuries reported in Hendersonville. And you can read the article about just the path of destruction of that tornado from early Saturday morning when we all look at that picture. My goodness. I saw a picture of a 2x4 that went through a truck tire through the other side. Do you know the force it takes to pick a 2x4 up and send it through a big truck tire all the way through? So my goodness, I hate to say that, never see that again, but unfortunately, these things happen, and it's just really bad. Tornado frightening reminder for Mount Juliet residents, of course. You remember what happened in March of 2020. It came through early that morning, and some loss of life in tornado. It talks about some of the destruction over there as well. Some of the same houses were hit from Mount Juliet. Xavier Smith and Angie Mays with the story there. So just around Middle Tennessee, things you could see and read this morning from the tornado as our friends and neighbors continue to clean up from all the damage that's happening from last Friday and Saturday. Man, it's almost a week now. Wish it never happened. I want to show you this story, too, that's in the paper. Let's scroll over here. All right, new custom design shop at this place, L&L Market in Charlotte Avenue in West Nashville. You might remember it's this big old warehouse, but they've customized and gone in and did all this great stuff, all these great shops in there. It's really cool. And this is a new store called American, here, let's scroll down a little bit, Paint, which specializes in custom hat design. Now, one of the owners is Runaway June, the singer, the country singing group, is Jennifer Wayne, and she is on the far right. I did not know that Jennifer Wayne is the granddaughter of, not Bruce Wayne, intern, but John Wayne. She's the granddaughter of John Wayne. That's so fantastic. I did not know that, and I found out this morning in the paper. So let's go over at 7:40 today. Chase McCabe from ESPN 102.5. The game's going to join us as the Nashville Predators look to get back on the ice tonight. They take on the Colorado Avalanche. So Chase will join us for all kind of Pred stuff that's happening. But if you want a complete recap of signing day yesterday, our staff at Main Street Preps have done an outstanding job of people, of the kids, of where they're going, stories, recruiting. It's really, really good. And it's a complete roundup of everything happened in the area. And those guys do such a fantastic job of giving everything that's going on. So good job to Russell and Tyler and everyone over there and all the great stories. Let's scroll one more story here. I want to show you this in the live section this morning. There's some latest Titans stuff that's going on. And I really like this article by Josh Ewers about album releases coming in 2022 and for rock and country and all kind of other stuff that's happening. Look at that picture of Axl Rose on the front. You see that, intern?
I do, yes. And I see Slash there.
See Slash there. So I went and saw Guns N' Roses in 2017, And so the concert started at 7 o'clock. I showed up about 7:45 because they were notoriously late for coming on stage, like hours late. Evidently, this tour they were on that year, they started promptly at 7 o'clock and they were done by like 9:15. And I was like, what happened to the Guns N' Roses that came on at 10 and played till 2? So they got a new album that's coming out this year in 2022. So a nice little article by Josh Ewers there. All right, time for the comic strip tease. Oh, intern, look at this. Let me show you something. I mean, how handsome is that right there?
Oh, I can't. They must be running low on stories there. Huh?
It's an article. Read it about some things I do not understand about why people leave shopping carts in the middle of the parking lot and don't return them when all you do is walk 10 feet. It just completely befuddles me. Okay, time to cartoon this morning. Our comic strip tease. We'll go back to the hilarious, air quotes, Hi and Lois. Playing the part of the little girl is the intern. Playing the part of the over-domineering helicopter mom is myself. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Hi and Lois. And scene. How is your class field trip today?
Great. I took like 1,000 pictures.
Well, you weren't exaggerating.
I need more storage space.
Oh,
we did it again.
Is this supposed to be funny? This is terrible.
I like it. I think it's
No, I mean the cartoon.
Right,
I mean,
that's
we're
what I'm saying.
terrible, but the cartoon, you would like that. Again, I hope our boss didn't watch it. I tell him the show starts at 7:10, so
Good.
he'll be logging on here in moments when you get off that screen and move on with our show today. All right, we got a fun show for you today. 7:20, our pet of the week. We're talking about the big event happening on Saturday with Santa Paul's Adopt-a-thon. That's happening, coming your way. 7:30, we'll talk to Stephanie Bell over at Opryland about this cool parade of trees they got going on that I want you guys to know about. Then 7:40, Chase McCabe will join us. But up next is one of my favorite people in the world. You talk about reinventing yourself. You talk about taking yourself off the ground and becoming a force in the fitness world. Well, that's what our next guest is. You'll meet Danny Dyer when we come back. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
And they've got an e-reader, which is just, for people like me, I have grown up with a newspaper holding it in my hand. I really like that experience. But the e-reader or the press reader that Main Street has, you get to see a front page. You get to see the business stocks. You get to see all of that. But if you see a photo and it's got a little icon on the bottom, when you see that icon, that means there's a gallery there.
I love writing and journalism just on its own, and I think I learned that during the pandemic because I was covering all kinds of non-sports related things and still having fun with it, still finding out a lot of great stories. But when you can combine something I'm already interested in, have a lot of knowledge about in sports, I feel like I'm really able to combine two of my passions at the same time, and that's really rewarding for me.
I'm proud. Good job, intern, for telling the band they needed to switch up their songs there. So good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. All right, let's waste no time bringing one of my favorite people, truly one of my favorite people, Danny Dyer from DannyDFitness.com. How are you, ma'am?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. You know, I tell the story. I wrote about you last week in Main Street Media about how you've just so positively influenced so many people. And this lady was watching a segment that you and I did on TV one morning, and you're so infectious. You're so wonderful. And you inspired this girl to get up off the couch, and she's completely changed her life, Danny, thanks to you. And that is why you started this whole journey, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah. I basically wanted to redefine how people viewed their bodies, and take out the stressors of society and how people, what they've always told you. Like, you're like, this big guy, right? So like, obviously you must do X, Y, Z. Right. I
Right.
want to change that. So if you want to be like, hey guys, I'm gonna start running, then it's not the surprise, right? Like, or if you're like, oh, I want to do Move Fit or whatever you want to do, it's your body, it's your life, it's your movement choice, your regimen. So that's what I want people to feel safe in doing.
When you got into this, you were so confident that you were going to change people's lives. But first of all, Danny, you have talked about how you needed to change your life, right?
Correct. Yes. Yeah, I basically just growing up, I had dealt with a lot of like body shaming, verbal abuse. I, danced my whole life, which is, again, one of those things where it's all about how your body looks when you're dancing. And I just felt not like my most confident self because of what other people were saying. So I lost my confidence along the way. And so it wasn't until I started lifting weights and started strength training, which was completely different than dance, right? Where I never did that there, that I felt like, I could be my best self, and it helped me feel strong and helped me feel empowered, and less about what I looked like and more about how I felt.
Just the whole process with you. I met you when I co-hosted the Today Show on Channel 4 many years ago.
Yes.
And you got the whole studio just eating out of the palm of your hand. We were all having a great time. And then you made such an impact on me that when I did the morning show again, I reached out to you because I was like, look, I've dealt with a lot of trainers, and a lot of them are really, really good. But there's something about you which has struck a chord with so many people and that took off. And how many years now have you been doing this?
So I got certified back when I was in college at UT Knoxville. And so my first job there, teaching classes for $9 and personal training for $11 an hour. And I did that. So about 9 years ago, I started with group fitness, and 8 years ago, I started personal training. And then I started my business 4 years ago.
And I look at the website. I mean, your website is perfect. Everything you need to know on there. But there's Blake, my man, Music City man. Yes. Yep. That's great. So you told me that now, and I look at testimonials are the key for any business, any person. You got great testimonials. All right, you have, and they've come to you. You've now got an energy drink because you have taken off your career. So now you're everywhere. Now an energy drink. Tell me about this.
Yeah, so it's called Fight. Yep, so I'm representing today. So Fight for what you want, but we call it Fight for short. So it's an energy booster. So it's packed full of your daily dose of vitamins. It has magnesium to help with recovery for after workouts. It's got about 120 milligrams of caffeine, so equivalent to a cup of coffee. The flavor is blueberry pomegranate because my colors are blue. And yeah, you basically just mix it with about 10 to 16 ounces of water, depending on how sweet you want it. But it tastes like blue Kool-Aid. So it's really great. Doesn't leave a bad aftertaste in your mouth. I obviously just drank it to wake me up this morning. So you can drink it first thing in the morning to replace coffee, and then actually give you your daily dose of vitamins. So you have energy, natural energy, throughout the day. Then if you want to have it before a workout, you can use that as well. A lot of our strongman friends use it, but then also like people who don't work out use it because they want that midday slump. They want to feel better.
I just look at this. I mean, I am so proud of you because you took this under this mission and you became passionate about it, and you got your own energy booster and everything. I mean, and people are like, well, you must have had this extensive, long training background. You basically just got off the couch, Danny, and changed your life.
Yeah, I was tired of, and that's really exactly what I did because I was in college, sitting on the couch, eating a calzone, and feeling like I was just not myself, like not my best.
That was me last night, by the way. So
yeah, right. And I was just like, it's like literally, I sat there and I was like, it's a Tuesday at 1 o'clock, and I'm eating half a pizza, a medium-sized pizza, like
right.
And again, like to each his own. But I'm like, what am I doing? Like, what am I actually doing? And I had to climb up 2 flights of stairs at my college, where I lived. And so it was one of those of like, I can't even get up the stairs, like without getting out of breath. Like before I would open the door, I would be like breathing heavily, and then I'd walk in and my roommates would be there. You know what I mean? So I would try to like calm down before I got in there.
Yeah. And then here you are now doing this. What's always great when I see your stuff, you have these pop-up events and these workout classes, and they're always packed. How do you do, what magic wand do you have because when we did it on TV, 40 people to show up. And I was like, this is amazing. What's
Yeah.
the secret?
So truthfully, it's me literally like reaching out to everyone, me like texting everybody, making it personal, being like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Would love to have you come out. Would love to have you there for, Move Fit, and just dance and feel better in your body. And selling people on feeling better in their body, they're like, yeah, like I want to do that. How do I do that? And this is a perfect introduction because it's like you get to come to a safe place, have fun, listen to loud music, dance around, just enjoy the day, probably get a beer afterwards, like wherever we're at, and just enjoy and start your weekend on a positive note. So we'll actually be having one of those in January 8th. At Bold Patriots, if you want to come out for that. And that'll be in L&L Market. And so, yeah. And with the energy booster, I'm super pumped because with this, same thing with my business. I felt like there was a need for something. I felt like no one was talking about loving your body in a healthy way. So body positive fitness in Nashville and in the industry. And except for like big people in like New York and California or whatever, right? So it was just starting to trickle down to the South. So that's where I was like, there's a need for this. And that's what I want. Like if I don't see someone setting the example for me, I want to create the example. So that's where my business kind of started. And then from there with things like Move Fit pop-ups, like I didn't see anybody dancing around, having fun and loving their body. I saw people being like, let's get intense workouts and let's go do a bunch of burpees outside. Okay, well, I didn't want to do that. I didn't feel safe doing that. So then from there, it's like with the energy booster, I needed a drink. Like I needed something to help me in the mornings and help me feel my best and help me throughout my day so I can accomplish all these like really cool and be creative and all these things. And so I partnered with NutriFit, and they're a sponsor of mine, and they helped manufacture this. And so it was just like, again, there was a need for something, and there's nothing like this on the shelves right now. So, I'm excited to, announce it. I don't know if you want to announce it, but that it's going to be at nutrition factories all over Middle Tennessee. So if you live in Smyrna, Murfreesboro, Mount Juliet, Cookeville, Hendersonville, Clarksville, anywhere around here, there's probably a nutrition factory, and they'll be on the shelves starting next week.
Well, amazing. Just simply amazing. I mean, everything you've done, Danny, has been organic. You've helped so many people. And in that article I wrote about you and our friend Wendy, who you inspired, was simply the 3 words of make it happen. Yep. And nobody's going to tell you to work out. Nobody's going to tell you to get up. Nobody's going to tell you to do this. You have to do it yourself. And everything you've done, like I said, is organic and inspired people. So I'm so proud of you because I just think you're rocking the world. And again, Nutrition Factory, is it already out now? When's it going to be out?
Next week.
Next week.
So right before Christmas. So if you need a last minute Christmas gift, go in, get you some Fight. And that way if you're trying to like hint at your friend that you want them to come work out with you, you're like, hey man, you got some Fight you can take this morning, like, like that. Or for a partner, and you're like, I just want you to feel better and get some vitamins in, but they don't want to take vitamins by hand. Like drink this. Like
that is amazing. Please do not forget us when you're on top of the world.
Hey man, you're coming with me. So
all right, that's great. All right, Danny, thank you so much. We'll continue promoting you, and thank you for all the lives you're positively influencing. Thank you.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
All right, Danny D from Danny D Fitness. And again, I've seen the work, I've seen the website, I've seen the testimonials, just fantastic. So she has changed lives, and maybe that'll inspire somebody out there today to get up and change your life in a great and positive way. Speaking of positivity, next up, Pet of the Week with our good friend Hunter Briley, plus the event we're having on Saturday, the Santa Paws Adopt-a-thon that we want you guys to be part of. We'll tell you much more about it coming up next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Hey everybody, it's Hunter Briley with Regal Realty Group, proud sponsor of Pet of the Week of Big Joe Duman and Main Street Media. We've got a super exciting event that we're about to release on you. It's called the 2021 Santa Paws Adopt-a-thon, and it's right here at Tremont Mansion here in Hermitage, Tennessee. We would love to invite you and any of your friends to come on out that day on December 18th from 12 noon to 4 p.m. We're going to have a lot of food, snacks, some drinks, and a lot of great times, but most important, we're going to have puppy dogs from at least 8 local shelters from around Middle Tennessee. They're going to bring some dogs. We're going to try to find them permanent homes, ladies and gentlemen. What better way to start off your Christmas holidays than to take home a lovely new pet for your family? Come on out. Again, that's December 18th. It's a Saturday, 12 noon to 4 p.m. right here at Tremont Mansion. We would love to have you. It's free. Come on out. We'll feed you. We'll give you a couple drinks, and you get to play with some puppies. Thanks so much, everybody.
intern, great job getting the band to actually play different songs. Thank you. All right, thank you, Danny D, for that last segment. Let's bring in our good friend Hunter Briley from Regal Realty Group, who joins us this morning. Let's talk about, we're going to book in this. We got the Pet of the Week here in a moment, but we're going to talk about Santa Paws. 2 days away, my friend. I'm excited.
We're almost there, buddy. I'm so excited. We're right there around the corner.
Why did you? This was your idea. You called me on a Friday afternoon and said, I need to talk to you urgently. I'm like, is everything okay? You're like, yeah, we got to take this to the next level. Why was this important to you back in October to get the Santa Paws thing going?
Well, man, I was inspired by our Pet of the Week stuff that we do, and just seeing all the animals out there that need loving homes and that don't get what they deserve. It just inspired me, and I thought, man, let's, like what you just said, let's take it to the next level and let's get people involved and right in front of them, like in front of their faces. So how do you do that? Well, let's put the puppies in front of them and have a party. So that's kind of where it all came from. And let's get as many dogs in front of humans as possible, because you can't, there's not a lot of people that can stand in front of a dog and not walk away from it.
Right. Good idea. Yeah, it's hard to say no when they're right in front of your face. All right, exactly. So don't go anywhere. We're going to come back. We're going to talk more about that. But first, the Pet of the Week, sponsored by Hunter and Regal Realty Group. And this week we spent time at Metro Animal Care and Control. They have a thing called Silent Night. And what they want is they want the shelter to be completely silent. They need fosters, and of course, adopt the pet, the sweet puppy. So they want a silent night in the shelter. And here's Sarah Spadavecchia that I spent some time with on Tuesday talking about Silent Night.
Hit it, Joe.
Yeah, so our Silent Night here at Metro Animal Care and Control is about being quiet over the holidays. So we are hoping for our shelter to be nice and quiet and all the animals out for either adoption or for foster while the holidays are going on. Not only is this going to help the animal be in a friendly, fun, festive home, but then also it helps our staff as well not have to be here for too terribly long over the holidays.
It's got to be said walking through here during Christmas, especially on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and seeing these beautiful animals in their cages. It would break my heart.
Yeah, I mean, it's rough all year round, but especially over the holidays. We know how that goes, and we just all want to be in a home. We want to snuggle our pets, cozy by the fire, eat all the food, and we want these things for the same dogs and cats we have here. And so it would just be great if we can get more fosters and more adopters, absolutely, to come in and grab these pets.
Have you guys done this in the past?
Yes, we have. Every year we try to have it. It's a huge success. Nashville always shows up for us, and we even get some people from out of county too coming to adopt as well.
How the process of doing adopting and fostering, more should say fostering, how easy is that process that you guys make it?
Oh, it's super easy. So you can go ahead and email us at foster.mac@nashville.gov, and you just say, hey, I'm interested in being a foster. Our foster coordinator will reach out to you and give you all the information, and we'll get you hooked up with somebody.
And then the process coming in, and then do you pick out an animal before? Do you show them an animal? How does that work?
It's kind of all of the above. So we have some fosters that come in and they are interested in a specific animal, and we'll give them information. And if it's a good fit, great. We have some other fosters that come in and they're just like, hey, this is kind of what my household looks like. This is what I'm open to. And we find a perfect match for them. What's
it like when on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, when there are, let's talk the positive of this, when a lot of those cages are empty?
It is truly, as cheesy as it sounds, the best feeling. It's just great to know that they're not here, when it is the holidays. Obviously, our staff is not here for as long as a normal work day. So, those animals spend a lot of time alone and they're not seeing as many people. So when they're not here, we know they're at home, they're being played with and snuggled, and it's really the best feeling, best Christmas gift we can get for sure.
Fantastic. And then also the hope is that after they spend some time being fostered, is that people are like, you know what? We like this and we're going to keep it.
Yeah, sometimes we have had, myself included, definitely foster fails is what we call them. So people who foster end up falling in love and adopting the pet themselves. We always encourage that. That's amazing. And we have tons of people who are just purely fosters, and they do such a great job with these pets. What they're mainly doing is setting these animals up for success for their new home that is coming. So A lot of times these fosters, just by giving them a home environment, allows that dog or cat to de-stress, to kind of show their best selves, and to kind of see those little quirks and goofy personality traits that they have that we can share with the potential new family.
Is there a place people can go online to look at the animals they'd like to foster or adopt before the event?
Absolutely. So if you are interested in fostering or adopting, all our animals that are available are on our website, and you can also go to petharbor.com and you can view them there as well.
Perfect. Let's clear the shelter. Right?
Yes, clear the shelter.
Silent night.
Silent night for sure.
All right. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
There we go.
That's awesome.
Right there. There you go. See, Hunter, see what we started, brother?
It's amazing, man. I love that. That just gave me chills watching that piece, Joe. Seriously, that's unbelievable. I love that.
I love it too, and the hard work everybody puts in there. So on Saturday, here's the event again. We have at least 8 local shelters that we chose, and people to come over there and have a good time. And let's put this out there, Hunter, free.
Yes, it's absolutely free. So Saturday, rain or shine, we've got scattered showers. So we're going to lean into the scattered portion of that.
Right.
But we've got at Tremont Mansion, right over there on Saundersville Road, starting at noon. We'll be there till 4. We're going to feed you. And if you want a cocktail or a non-alcoholic beverage, we're going to have that as well. So come out, hang out with us, and then help us get these puppies adopted. Joe, we're going to have 30 dogs there. Did you know that, buddy?
Oh, my, I did not.
Yep, we're going to have 30 dogs there, and I want to see all of them get a permanent home, a loving home that they're going to stay at forever, man.
What are your 2 boxers' names?
Akeem and Riley. And yes, it's from the movie.
That is so awesome. All right, we'll promote it again tomorrow. We'll blast it on social media, and I'll see you there Saturday, my man. Thank you.
All right, dude. Love you bunches. See you.
All right. That's Hunter Briley, Regal Realty Group, who sponsors our Pet of the Week. And real quick before we go, and Hunter's got off, you might remember the March 20 tornado came through here. It destroyed Hunter's house with him in it. He had an air conditioning unit that fell on his back while he was protecting his animals. And that was early of that Tuesday morning, and everything was gone. His truck had been flipped, put in the air, and dumped in the pool behind hhis house. So truly, when people say, I'm lucky to be alive, Hunter Briley and his wife are lucky to be alive. So we're so thankful they're part of this journey with us at Main Street Media. When we come back, we're going to take you over to Gaylord Opryland. They've got a really cool thing that's going on to honoring first responders with the help of some massive, major country music stars and singers. We'll tell you about that. That's next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Dental coverage may be a small investment, but it has big benefits because dental coverage and preventive oral care leads to more than a healthier smile. It leads to a healthier life overall. Delta Dental makes it easy to get the care you need. With the nation's largest network, you're more likely to find or keep a dentist you love. And with comprehensive coverage and additional discounts, you'll have benefits you love too. Make a lasting investment in your oral and overall health with coverage from Delta Dental. Visit deltadentaltn.com to learn more.
Hey, Toby. Toby knows comfort, whether day or night. Through the highs and the lows, Toby knows. You've put it off long enough. That old system is just out with the old, in with the new. We'll make it worthwhile all the way through. Derryberry is your local independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. Visit DerryberryAC.com today and schedule a visit. Derryberry Heat and Air, making customers for life.
so much there. Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street Fun Show. Thank you, Hunter Briley, for joining us. Next up, let's head over to Gaylord Opryland Resort, bringing Stephanie Ball. Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning, Joe. How are you?
I'm doing most well. Thank you for reaching out. And again, I love what Gaylord does. You got so many things that are going on over there. How have things been the last few weeks?
Amazing. You know, it's our 38th annual 8 Country Christmas. As you know, we have had so many people loving our new attractions and some of our classics. And we have a really exciting new experience that I'm excited to share with you today. It's called Parade of Trees, and it is inside of our resort. It's hosted by Universal Music Group Nashville. I'd love to share a little bit about it with you.
Because yes, absolutely. And our intern is going to share some of the pictures there as well as you talk about this. And what a great thing this is. This is really cool, Stephanie, all the pictures and everything. We're going to show and cycle through these over there. So take it away.
Yeah, definitely. So it is a self-guided free experience that takes place in our garden conservatory. And as I said, it's hosted by Universal Music Group Nashville. And what is so amazing is that 10 of their artists have come together to showcase Christmas trees that are in our garden conservatory. And each Christmas tree is decorated specifically to that artist's style or sort of in recognition of an album that might be coming out. And some of these artists are very large. There's Eric Church, there is Carrie Underwood, there's Reba McEntire, there's Darius Rucker, there's Luke Bryan. We have major names. But what is extremely special about this experience is that the trees are actually set to raise funds for the First Responder Children's Foundation, and the proceeds that are raised will go to scholarships and mental health services for children that have lost a parent in a line of duty. It's a wonderful cause, especially during the holidays. But that is not the only amazing part about this experience. Additionally, guests can also enter to win a VIP lifetime experience that these artists have come up with. And some of these experiences are amazing. So for example, you can visit Carrie's tree and you can enter to win a trip to Las Vegas and see Carrie perform in person. Or you can visit Mickey Guyton's tree and you can enter to win a trip to New York City to see the Macy's Day Parade front and center. Or you can visit Luke Bryan's tree and you can enter to win a VIP experience to Las Vegas to actually have a toast and a meet and greet with Luke before his show. So the easiest way to enter to win these experiences along with donating is to either visit the trees in person here at Gaylord Opryland. Right. Each tree has a QR code next to it, which you can scan, or you can visit CharityStars.com/paradeoftrees.com.
These trees, Stephanie, as the intern cycles through these, I mean, these are beautiful trees. Look at that.
Absolutely. Yeah, that one's actually Mickey Guyton's tree, the indigo tree. It's so pretty. They're also different. I think that's what's so special about them, Joe, is that they're really crafted so beautifully. And that's Carrie Underwood's tree. Of course, it's white and it's right front and center. It's beautiful. But actually, one of my favorite trees was Alan Jackson's tree. I just thought it was so Alan, honestly, and classic. I really loved it. It had that very classic feel, but that's what's so special about it. It's kind of like you can take this tour throughout our garden conservatory and you can see each of these trees. And it's just a really special experience that Universal Music Group Nashville is hosting with us here for the holidays.
You've also got George Strait's got some trees. I would just cut. If you had one George Strait tree, I would come just for that, Stephanie.
He does. Yeah, we do. He has a tree as well. I mean, these are some really big names. Reba even has a tree.
I just looking through these. I mean, it's beautiful. The Mickey Guyton tree, how tall is that tree? Do you know?
Ooh, I honestly don't know, and I don't want to miss.
Oh, that's okay. It looks so beautiful. And that's the thing about coming over there to Opryland during this part of the year is just you spend hours just looking and getting your breath taken away. That is a beautiful picture right there.
It's gorgeous. And I think all the trees might be different heights, but I'm not sure about that. But if you walk through, you'll be able to see all of it. And every tree is so unique and so special in its own way. We had 138 Christmas trees throughout our property. So I think this added to the list this year.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
And again, talk about who this benefits with the first responders and their families.
Yes. So it benefits the First Responder Children's Foundation. And as I said, you can either scan the QR code that's next to the tree if you're there in person, or you can visit CharityStars.com/Parade of Trees, where you can donate. And also through donating, you can enter to win those VIP packages.
Yeah, I know you walk through there every day, but I think if I walked there every day, I would see something new that I did not see before.
Oh, there are definitely things that I have seen that I haven't seen before. And I just remember that it's such a magical place to work, especially during the holidays, because what's so special is that, Joe, so many people come visit us year after year here at Gaylord Opryland because there are just so many amazing memories that are made. And when we're able to collaborate with such great companies like Universal Music Group Nashville to bring such a special experience, it makes the holidays even brighter for everybody.
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree. And I'm going to pull up here if I can find it on my screen. I would come over just for that right there. I don't know if it's Stephanie you can see, but the Oak Ridge Boys.
Oh, the Oak Ridge Boys. Yeah. Everybody's so excited that they're back.
When they came out for the Christmas lighting of the tree a month ago, I mean, the whole crowd they had that crowd in the palm of their hands, and they teased us. They said they were going to sing Elvira, and they didn't, but they sang a song. And
they sang Down Home Country, I think.
I've heard people that have gone to that show over there to see them, and were just completely blown away, Stephanie.
Oh my goodness, they're amazing. I think they sang Down Home Country. It was like it's part of their new album. But Elvira obviously is a classic.
It is, isn't it? They're just so good, and they were so they sounded so fantastic. But that's just one of the great things happening over there. Stephanie, thank you for this. We love the Parade of Trees for what it stands for who it's helping, and of course all that you guys do for the community over at Gaylord Opryland. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Thanks, Joe. Happy holidays to you.
To you as well. Stephanie Ball from Gaylord Opryland Resort and those Parade of Trees. Man, that Mickey Guyton tree is absolutely beautiful. And again, she gave all the things that we needed to do to download and to possibly win those trips. My goodness. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with our good friend Chase McKay from ESPN 102.5 The Game. We'll talk about the Nashville Predators and the latest on Jacksonville coach Urban Meyer getting fired and how that affects the Tennessee Titans. That's all next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Every year, it costs Tennessee more than $15 million to clean up roadside litter. It's time to keep your trash to yourself and our roadways clear, because nobody trashes Tennessee.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good. I thought it was good.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal. It was no big deal.
Hey, I can hold my liquor.
I thought I could hold my liquor.
Is your roof in need of repairs? Maybe it's time for a full roof replacement. If so, choose Middle Tennessee's #1 rated roofer. Tim Leeper Roofing has provided the Nashville area with outstanding residential and commercial services for nearly 2 decades. And with hundreds of 5-star reviews, Tim Leeper Roofing has satisfied thousands of homeowners. To schedule a free and honest estimate, find us online at timleeperroofing.com.
minute intern. Are we paying that guy for singing? I don't hope not, because that's not in the budget. We are paying them to play, but not to anything else. All right, let's bring in our good friend Chase McCabe from ESPN 102.5 The Game. Good morning, Chaser.
Hi, JoJo. How you doing?
You sound good, buddy. Hey, let's start off by congratulating you. You are now the program director at ESPN 102.5 The Game. So congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Started with you as an intern and somehow stayed in this business. So I don't know what that says about me, but my first interaction with Joe Dubin was, oh, he is cute. So I stuck around. I
will tell you this. I speak of you often and frequently when I'm talking to groups and events and other interns because you can tell within 15 seconds, and I'm not kidding you, whether an intern is going to make it in the business, and you were from the moment I met you, we're gung-ho about this. So all this is not surprising to me. So congratulations.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. You've been a big help and a big mentor to me. So I appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to big things with our stations and continuing my on-air career as well.
Fantastic. Let's talk about the Nashville Predators tonight. As of now, the game is back on versus Colorado. I know it's postponed Tuesday because of COVID protocols with the Calgary Flames. So the Preds, as of now, are back on the ice?
Yes, that is the plan, that they will play Colorado tonight. Now, they're going to be without some players because of the COVID-19 protocols. This is a league thing. This isn't just the Preds right now. There are several teams that have been affected by this and with positive tests. The good news from what I'm told is that, a lot of these positive tests, these guys aren't showing symptoms. So it's not like everybody is, sick. It's just they have the testing that they're going through. But the interesting part for the Preds tonight is on the COVID list, as announced by the team yesterday, head coach John Hines, assistant coaches Dan Lambert and Todd Richards, and goaltending coach Ben Vanderklok. So Dan Hinote is the only one that has not tested positive. He will be the acting head coach. They will most likely call up some coaches from the Milwaukee Admirals to help and to be behind the bench. But so that's kind of interesting. Going to be without most of the coaching staff. And then players, Mikael Granlund, Ryan Johansson, Matt Luff, Michael McCarron, Phil Tomasino, and Ben Harper on the list as of right now. So it's going to look different.
They've got one coach.
Yes, Dan Hinote.
And that's something else too. People have asked me and is like, well, Hines or the coach can communicate with the other coach during the game. And that is at least in the NFL and college, that's a big no-no.
Yeah. My understanding is it's just like that they're just out. They got to watch like everybody else. So I don't believe that there's any type of communication that is allowed. So Dan Hinote has been obviously a player in this league. He played a long time, played with Chris Mason with the St. Louis Blues. So they're familiar with each other, but he's been on the coaching staff now 2 years and been a coach. So he'll be fine. And I don't know if they'll bring Carl Taylor up, who's the head coach of the Milwaukee Admirals, or just some of the assistants, but he'll have help and be fine from that standpoint. It's just, what does the roster look like? Because, right. Granlund, Johansson, those are big players. Phil Tomasino, the rookie, has had a really nice year. And then you have some guys that been depth guys in Matt Luff and McCarron and Harper, but still, that's three guys that you're taking out of the lineup. And also Matt Duchene has missed the last couple of games with injury. So what's his status? Is he's going to be available? So they're pretty thin at center. So if you feel like you could keep your balance, you might have a shot tonight, Joe.
They might call up some of the guys from the Mighty Drunks,
maybe
local hockey team, to play tonight.
Maybe Jeremy K. Gover playing defense. We'll see.
Hey, you got bodies on the ice. It goes there. It's unfortunate too. I mean, I know everybody's going to stay safe and healthy. I get all that, yeah. But the Preds are on fire right now. 5 straight.
Yeah, and that's the tough part. I hosted Smashville Live last night and talked to UC Saros and Ellie Tolvanen, and that was kind of their thing of. We got a lot of momentum. We got a lot of confidence right now. We want to keep that going, especially coming back to our home ice. They were supposed to have 2 games at home this week with Calgary and Colorado. Obviously, we know Calgary was postponed, and so they'll have that tonight. And then they leave right after the game to play Chicago tomorrow night, which we all know that it's not the same Chicago Blackhawks, but that's still a tough place to play. They've already lost there once this year. And so that's a big Central Division. These are 2 big Central Division games that they would like to continue their winning ways on. But This team has been faced with adversity before, and they overcome. I think we all remember several years ago in Detroit, the soup game where they got food poisoning and half the team missed. And that was when, a lot of guys that are members of the lineup now, like a Colton Sissons, they got called up from Milwaukee to be the heroes, and they ended up getting the win. So stranger things have happened, but we'll see what the lineup looks like exactly tonight.
All right, get your reaction to this. We'll pull this picture up. You can see it. This just makes me laugh. Urban Meyer out as head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Chase, we all knew, and we'll talk about how this affects the Titans, but we all knew this was going to be a disaster when Urban Meyer got out. We all knew this.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be a disaster to the point that it's been, like with the incidents that have happened. I mean, the story comes out yet. We all know about his extracurriculars in Ohio,
yes,
being the urban cowboy, but Josh Lambo, the former kicker of the Jags, who was a kicker there for a long time, comes out with a story yesterday claiming that Urban kicked him, that he's on the field and about to line up for a kick in practice, and Urban Meyer kicked him relatively hard and said, "Make this bleeping kick." And Josh Lambo was like, "Don't ever do that again." And then Lambo gets cut a few weeks later after missing some field goals in their first game. And so he comes out with this story. And then, there have been other reports that tension was very high between assistant coaches and players and Urban Meyer. And, if you watch the handshake, if you want to call it that, between Mike Vrabel, who coached for Urban Meyer at Ohio State, if you watch that, you just see the look on Urban Meyer's face where he just looks absolutely miserable. I said on the air that he has that look of just shoot me. But again, he's brought on this a lot of himself, and you can't kick a player. I don't care I don't care who you are or how powerful you are. I mean, you can't hit your employees, and that's what he did. So he deserves everything that's happening to him. But you're right. We all knew it was going to be a disaster, maybe just not to this level.
And $10 million he walks away from. And so if you're a Titan, so it's funny, Urban Meyer's last game was against the Titans. They looked terrible. They get beat 20-0. He leaves I think they're 2-11, his record there. So if you're the Titans, you're kind of sad because you'd like to have seen Urban Meyer stay there for a couple more years.
Yeah, that's what Twitter's definitely been saying is, hey, good for the Jags, good for Trevor Lawrence, bad for the Titans. I think that's exactly what Jared Stillman said on his Twitter. But my thing to that is, I think Trevor Lawrence is a very talented quarterback, and if he's developed right, I think he can have a very, very good career in the NFL. The problem is he plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Shad Khan, their owner, doesn't seem to get it. I mean, when he hired Urban Meyer, everybody was going, "What are you doing?" There's a lot of qualified NFL coaches out there, up and comers, that would have been a better fit to develop your quarterback than Urban Meyer, that had zero NFL experience. I mean, I would have at least understood it more if they had hired Dabo Swinney, but they didn't. So
maybe they will now.
We'll see. I mean, who knows? Like, you never know with them of what they're going to pull off. I mean, they got the quarterback and the running back there, so they could possibly do that. But
what a just awful. Yeah. All right, so Chaser, hang on. Celebrity birthdays, you and the intern.
Oh yeah.
So stay through the break. We'll do that next. Chase McCabe's going to join us. Celebrity birthdays. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Talking Trash, the show that's going to end littering. Brought to you by Nobody Trashes Tennessee. How was that? That fast part, the end felt rushed. I'm going to do it one more time, Claire. Talking Trash, the show that's going to end littering. Brought to you by Nobody Trashes Tennessee. Ooh, how was that? Claire, that sound about right? It felt good to me. she feels me. Nobody trashes Tennessee on my watch.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
It was just a few cocktails at happy hour.
Really good try. There aren't any cops around.
I didn't think there were any cops around.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay? Cover your hands, sir. Where you are right now? You need ambulance now.
I like this.
Intern, what's that guy's name singing?
That would be Justin Kulik.
Oh, okay. Great job, Justin. Well done. All right, time for celebrity birthdays. Chase McCabe from ESPN 102.5 The Game. Chase, when do you officially become program director over there?
Let's see. Ryan's last day, Ryan Porth, who's going to Chicago, is December 22nd. So a week from yesterday. I think technically they said in the release January 3rd, but my question to them was who's going to run the place between Ryan leaving and me taking over. So
well, you got a press release?
I did. I got a press release. It's kind of a big deal. So
did you know this?
I didn't. Congrats, by the way, Chase.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. It was weird. I'm getting like all these texts from people I haven't talked to in years. Like, hey, I read in some publication that you're like a big deal now.
You want to give me some money?
Well done.
Yeah.
Time for celebrity birthdays. We'll do this. Our first birthday this morning, we'll do this, is rocker Billy Gibbons, a concert, Chaser, you and I actually saw together.
Yes.
TV Top. How old is Billy Gibbons?
Am I starting?
Yes.
72.
I'm gonna go 68.
He is 72 exactly.
This is crazy.
Intern got slaughtered yesterday by
Past
Zach
couple
Allen, who hit 4 birthdays on the head.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Well done. Actor Benjamin Bratt. He was in those Law and Order movies. He was in the Sandra Bullock movie where she ran for Miss America, Miss Congeniality.
Oh yeah. 60.
I'm gonna go 64.
58.
Okay.
2-0 Chaser.
I'm just a loser
this morning.
I'm losing.
I had to redeem myself from last time.
Yeah,
right.
Correct. Journalist Leslie Stalls from 60 Minutes.
Ooh. She's 75.
I'm gonna go 71.
80.
Oh, see, I almost said 80. I almost said that, but you're right.
Country singer Jeff Carson. He had one song a long time ago. He's actually pretty good.
Could you sing it real quick?
Yeah, he's like, and I never thought I'd see.
I missed that. 64.
71.
58.
Goodness, I'm all.
Comedian JB Smoove. He was in Curb Your Enthusiasm and The Millers. Very funny guy.
He's a dude on the Caesar Sportsbook.
Yes.
Things.
Oh yeah, that's right. 46.
I'm gonna say 54.
56. Intern battles back. Some of those Caesar Sportsbook commercials are funny with the Mannings.
Yeah.
And have you noticed who Cleopatra is?
No.
Halle Berry.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Can't go wrong there.
Show.
Yep.
Well done. Okay, hold on. Let's get back over here. Sorry. Actress Miranda Otto. She's in all the Lord of the Ring films. I don't know who she is, but that's what her bio says.
40.
47.
54.
Okay.
Single Michael McCary. He's with He's one of the singers in Boys to Men. This is huge for you, intern. But Chase, go first.
53.
That's a good guess. I'll say 48.
50. We're tied at 2. Next one wins. Well done. I like this.
come back.
Actor Daniel Cosgrove. He was in 90210. I don't remember which role he played, but he's also in the movie Van Wilder.
Van Wilder is a great movie. 54.
I'm gonna say 63.
51. One more, and we have to call it a tie. Here we go. Bassist Dave Rublin of American Authors. Bassist Dave Rubin of the group American Authors.
50.
61.
35.
I don't know that band.
Into the tie. Call that a push.
All right.
Pacer, thanks, man. 10-2 on the radio.
Yes, sir. We'll be
10
on
to 2,
today.
125 the game. We'll see you next week, brother. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Chase McCabe, ESPN 1025 The Game. Thanks for a great show again. Danny Dyer from Danny D Fitness and how she's inspiring so many people. Hunter Briley, our Pet of the Week, and our Santa Paws Adopt-a-thon happening on Saturday. That's free. Hope to see everybody there. Stephanie Ball with the Gaylord Opryland with the Parade of Trees and how it's helping out the families of first responders. And, of course, Chase McCabe with the latest on the Nashville Predators to get you going on this beautiful day. Intern, thank you. We will see you tomorrow. Here, another fun show tomorrow coming your way. And we'll always leave you with this. Be nice to people. Let people in traffic open doors. Smile, wave. Nobody cares about your CrossFit workout unless you're doing it for charity. And always remember this. Nobody ever went broke by giving. We'll see you tomorrow.